At this time, we ask everyone who is able to please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Palomar Comets and the Moorpark Raiders, thank you for joining this historical moment in Palomar College history. We welcome you to the first ever season opener for Palomar College football. And now, fans, please direct your attention to the center field, and it's my pleasure to introduce our dignitary guests for today's launch of the football season. San Diego County Supervisor Jim Desmond, Mayor of the City of San Marcos, Rebecca Jones, City of San Marcos Council members Ed Musgrove and Maria Nunez, Palomar College Governing Board member and President Roberto Rodriguez, Palomar College Governing Board Vice President Dr. Judy Podasky, Palomar College Governing Board Secretary Michelle Rain, Palomar College Governing Board Trustee Jacqueline Kaiser and Cassandra Shag, and Palomar College Superintendent and President Dr. Star Rivera-Lacey. Now we'll have a few comments from our guests.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Palomar College community, we would like to give you a warm welcome to our beautiful brand new football stadium known as the house that the Comets built. Woo-hoo! We would like to thank you for being here and being part of a historic moment. Supervisor Desmond?
All right, thank you, President Rivera-Lacey. Hello, Palomar College! Woo! Hello, Moorpark! Yay! Welcome! Hey, this is a great day for Palomar College and for the entire team, all the Comets, all the supporters that have come here to show up. This is a wonderful event, the first game to be played in this brand new stadium. So how about everybody, on the count of three, go Comets. 1, 2, 3, go Comets! Woo! All right, next we have Ed Musgrove, San Marcos City Council member. He's in charge of all the good things here in San Marcos.
Thank you, Supervisor. This is fantastic. It only took us 77 years, but we are here. Coach Early, no more buses to home games. It's fantastic. We love it in San Marcos. We welcome Moorpark to come here, play a great game, and see what the fans from Palomar College can put out. We have a great team. We're looking for that win. I'd like to introduce our chair of our governing board, Roberto Rodriguez.
Thank you, Ed. So today you get to watch our very first home football game, and actually at our home, which is pretty amazing. But more than that, you get to see a dream become a reality, and welcome every.
Now the captains are at midfield for the Raiders. Number 9 is Malachi Hanna. Number 73, Isaiah Estrada. Number 87, Brian Johnson. And number 6, A.J. Skurlock. Palomar, number 4, Tay Reed. Number 11, Joey Matthews. Number 43, Stephen Archioga. The Comets win the toss and defer to the second half. The Moorpark Raiders will start with the first possession. One more time, fans.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us for our 2024 SFCA season opener here at the new Palomar Stadium. Brand new stadium, making its debut, finally getting some football action. Just so happens to be taking place the same for the visitors, but maybe that's a little home field advantage.
That's right. Bring your umbrellas if you're going to be visiting our stadium.
So today we have Moorpark that's making the 3-hour trip to come play today at Palomar. It looks like last season both teams were pretty evenly matched. They finished their overall record with 3-7.
Brand new season though, so we get to clear the schedule. Anything that happened last season doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly. The last time these teams played was, I think, right before COVID, 2019. Funny enough, that was also the season opener. In that game, Palomar came away with the win. But like Camilo said, it's a brand new season. Nothing that, anything can happen today. Especially with the weather, right?
That's right. And here come the Comets. We're all red today. I love those uniforms. I know the whites are the traditionals, but, man, there's
that
something
red
about
gets
that.
you.
Yeah.
Red gets you going. I'm hoping for some interesting things today. I think it'll be a good game. I know Palomar, they're kind of exploring at that quarterback position. They don't have any returning quarterbacks. Our sophomores moved on. So we'll see some freshmen kind of battling it out for that start and roll. Should be interesting to keep our eyes on throughout the season.
Yeah, but that's always good. You always want to have some competition on there, especially at that position. That's going to be the one that drives everything. You are the chess maker. You are the one that's driving everything. So
definitely
better get that going on game 1.
Right. Hopefully we have a solid quarterback maybe by next week, right? Hopefully today goes well.
Yeah.
Seems like the defensive side of Palomar has kind of been able to take over that leadership role. Like I mentioned earlier, there hasn't been many returners for offense, but that's not the case for defense. We've got some guys like Kevion Hicks, Jaden Latua, Steven Artega, and Jacob Sisson who have really stepped up, kind of set the tone for the team's expectations and really let that locker room know that this season's going to be different than last season. So I think, no better time than in a brand new stadium to really turn things around, right?
Yeah, those names are really going to have to step up today near next to Mission Road in order to take home that W. And as collar guard steps off, we await for the referee to give the ball over.
Yeah, looks like we got maybe a minute until kickoff.
Wonderful. And some of the crowd still fizzing on in. This is going to be great. As, constriction really finishes up here, the stadium's only going to look better and better and better. I really love what they're doing around here. It just gives a whole new look to this part of the campus that's been kind of overlooked for years, decades, dare I say.
Yeah, when I was speaking to Coach Early, he was telling me when he was recruited to play here, and he played in the 70s, not to give out his birthday info, but he was saying that they had the blueprints ready back then, and that was part of their recruiting tactics. So he's saying now, it's all done finally 40 years later. But hey, good things take time, right? This stadium looks like it was worth the wait.
It does. But you know what? You brought up a good point right there, Shariah. Recruiting. And that makes a big difference because, as you know, last year, how many players did we send off to four-year universities.
We actually sent out 9, which is a lot.
Wow. So, we don't want to, like, write that off. Like, just because it's a community college that you just come here and you're not doing anything with it. That's
Yeah.
not true at all. You can go on and really make yourself a big, have a good chance to go on to a 4-year and then make yourself a career in football.
Very true. JUCO gets it done, especially here at Palomar.
Number 19, Reese Kelly.
All right, so let's get ready for this kickoff here.
It's going to be Jack Myers
Let's go with some
doing the
college
kickoff for
football.
Palomar. And we are off.
It's a good kick.
Touchback to start the new season. Jack looks happy about that, so I'm happy about that.
Myers' kick goes into the end zone. A touchback. Moorpark ball, first and
We
10
mentioned
from the
Palomar sent off
25
9
yard
players
line.
to continue their collegiate playing. But, Moorpark, just a few years back, they sent out 19 players.
19.
19.
Wow.
You can't count that on 2 hands.
No, you sure
you need your
can't.
toes. All right, here we go. Moorpark's ready to get their first drive underway.
Looks like they're set up for the pass.
He's right. First pass is incomplete. He was looking for DJ James there, but he was not able to get it in reach.
Complete. Second and 10.
Quarterback for Moorpark is Luke. He's playing from Canoga Park, California.
And sets up here again in the shotgun formation. Running the ball this time.
We
Flag
got a
on the
flag.
play.
Damian Hernandez with
Ref's
the
talking it over,
handball.
but it looks like this one might be going back a little bit.
On the field.
Palomar opted to decline that penalty.
Penalty was the illegal shift, and it was denied.
Illegal shift that time. But we're going to move on to third down.
From the 26-yard line.
Looks like Moorpark made the QB switch to Caden Parr. He's scrambling around looking for anybody. Find someone, Francis.
Caden Parr.
He's taken down at the 32.
Reception by Francis Lynn.
Fourth down.
Stephen Artiaga.
Well, that's a good defensive stand to begin the game.
Yep, great way for Palomar to start. Like I said, I told you they got a lot of leaders on the team playing defense.
And who's taking this kick back here?
Sky Donald back for the Comets with the kick.
Looks like Donald, right?
Donald, you're right, Sky Donald. Fair catch. Palomar will take over at their own 41.
Palomar football, first and 10 from their 41-yard line.
Looks like KJ is going to start this drive at QB for Palomar.
That's Lincoln High School's very own. 4 wide receivers.
Nearly
Oh.
sacked, but he gets it out.
Very
Incomplete
good.
pass. We'll take that, right?
Yeah. Early pressure early on, but was found a way out of that.
Jane Mosley with
Second
the
and 10.
third
Still at our own 41.
and 10.
pass is incomplete. He was trying to find Tate Reed there. Just missed him.
Intended for Tate Reed. Incomplete.
3rd and 10 coming up.
So in 2 quick plays, Moorpark is quickly rushing in and already pressuring KJ. We're going to see how our offensive line is able to hold that up throughout the game.
Maybe we'll have a defensive battle on both ends. KJ sacked. Big loss coming up on 4th down. We will be punting that.
Breeders' ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Moorpark takes the field for their 2nd drive. We'll see who they have at quarterback for this round. Looks like Caden Parr's out there for this drive.
Setting up for the pass once more.
He keeps it. Runs right into a wall for a loss.
Parr tackled in the backfield. Arciato with the tackle in the backfield for a loss.
He's got that Palomalu hair.
I've seen you wear that Troy Polamalu jersey to school. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
I'm glad you appreciate that. I had Head and Shoulders in my backpack that same day.
And our first running play at Palomar College for a loss.
Francis Leon tries the left side.
That was Francis Leon getting swallowed up there.
Arciato with the tackle. A 3rd and 14, the ball on the 16-yard line.
3rd and 15 here. You're going to have to make something shake or we'll be looking at another punt.
3 wide receivers over here on the stadium side.
Caden Parr gets the somewhat of a high snap. Working through his pocket. He's going to keep it scrambling.
And he was, that's going to be a close one. I think he got that.
Just enough. Just enough.
We'll see where they mark it.
That was pretty gutsy of him, don't you think?
Yeah. And that's going to be enough.
He had no intention of sliding there.
Not at all.
Matthews with the tackle. 1st and 10. Raiders
Fresh set of downs. Moves the chain. 1st and 10 from their own 31.
So he took it himself. Ran it right up the middle and got just enough. I think he's spotting those blitzes. So long as that offensive line can hold that up, he can swing them himself.
Quick pass out. It's incomplete. Trying to find DJ James there. His hands were on it. I thought he was going to come down with it, but
Thought so too.
maybe he was anticipating a hard hit. Closed his eyes? I don't know.
I think so, and there might have been a little bit of roughing on the play on that.
And there's a flag on the field.
Yes, indeed.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the Comets.
Yeah, Palomar's not going to be happy about that one. That's going to give
for the Raiders.
too many free yards right there. Working their way to midfield now. Fresh set of downs at the 46. Hands it off. Stays
Right up the
inside.
middle.
Made a couple people miss. Good for about 3 yards. That was Damian Hernandez on the carry.
A gain of 2 yards.
Damian's from Lemoore. I'm sure he's happy he got out of Lemoore.
Kavian Hicks with the stop. Second
Found
and
Moorpark.
8 at the 48-yard line.
That's not bad.
Trade one more for another.
Yeah, true. A little closer to LA.
From the Palomar 49.
the sweeping for the first down. DJ James.
And good thing he got that hand on that leg, because otherwise there was a lot of green ahead of him.
First down. Tucker Murphy with the stop.
Palomar's got to kind of bite down here. You don't want them to continue this drive. Got a lot of good momentum. And then maybe if their defense plays well on the other end, not a situation Palomar wants early on.
You're definitely getting within field goal range right here.
Handoff again. Pretty solid pickup there.
Ryan Yanokian off the left.
It's going to be second and a couple from Palomar's 30.
Coach Dan's going to have to make some adjustments here because that middle is really starting to split open.
If I'm not mistaken, it looks like Joe Matthews from Palomar is kind of letting his arm dangle a little bit, going back there with the trainers.
Oh, my.
That's too bad. Captain. Another run for Moorpark. Picks up the first.
Yanokian on the left side. Again for a first down. Quentin Johnson with the stop. First and 10 Raiders, the ball to 24-yard line.
First and 10 from Palomar's 24-yard line. It's a great drive for Moorpark. Oof.
Great stop right there.
You think he wanted to hand it off, or you think he wanted to keep it?
I think that was a handoff. But that was a great penetration right there in a duo by Quentin Johnson and Moshe Tilea. And that was much overdue.
Yeah, it looked like Moorpark, they had Luke in for quarterback for that particular play, but didn't go as planned, and now Caden Parr's back in. He's going to keep it. Finds the receiver. That's Francis Leon.
No gain.
Screen pass on the right. Francis Leon. Dixon and Latour with the stop. A gain of 1. 3rd and 14 from the 28.
Correction, a gain of 1 yard.
The drive started off pretty hot, but now they're looking at 3rd and 14. We'll see what they come up with. See if they can keep it going.
Be interesting. I would imagine another run up the middle. Either keeping it or handing it off.
Snap is good.
Oh, look at that. They're going
Throwing.
past.
Caden looks ready to run. Makes a guy miss. Scrambling for his life. Just chucks it. And it's picked off.
Did he hold on to that?
Isaiah Dixon. Oh, they called it incomplete. It looked like a catch from up here.
From up here it did, and I was watching him instead of the screen here, but it did seem to me, even from up here, that it may have touched the ground.
That's good news for Moorpark. 4th down.
Field goal attempt.
They'll be kicking a field goal.
It'll be a 45-yard attempt.
45-yard attempt coming up for Will Struck.
Will Strike with the attempt. Out of Conley Mountain.
And that is going to be no bueno, but they're going to redo that.
Timeout. First timeout.
Timeout. Moorpark.
Well, normally you wouldn't want to freeze your own kicker, but with this heat, might not be a bad idea.
I like your thinking. I need to see more electrolytes on the sidelines with this heat.
Yeah.
They talked it over, and we're headed back out. 45-yard attempt. I see them hyping their kicker up like a good teammate should. There you go, Conley Mascot. Get him ready.
Well, he got his warm-up. The righty gets set.
Season opener jitters out of the way. It's up. And it's good. Moorpark 3-0.
The kick is good. 6:25 left in quarter one. Raiders
6:25 left in the first quarter. Let's see how Palomar responds. I'm pretty sure Dixon's pretty upset he didn't come up with that pick.
I'm sure he is, but on the contrary, I'm sure he's still a little, at least feeling a little better. The way Moorpark was driving that,
Right.
it looks like they were going to go in all the way with that. They were
Yeah.
able to hold him to 3.
They did have to pump the brakes a little bit.
So it's going to be really important here for Palomar to not only put up a good drive for the crowd, but also to give the defense a little bit of a breather. They were out there in that heat for a good chunk of time.
Definitely.
They can't just give up the ball that fast again.
All right, Will Struck
off for the Raiders.
set to make the
Donald
kick.
and Tate Reed back for the Comets.
Tate Reed back in the end zone to receive. That's
Straight
going to
out of
sail
bounds.
out of bounds. Going to get a little extra cheddar with that flag.
And sometimes you just got to take it where you get it.
Kicks out of bounds. That's an infraction.
It's really good field position for Palomar. They're going to start at the 35. Let's see if they can respond to this field goal.
35-yard line.
I'd like to see the running game get going a little bit more. You can't open up the passing lanes that well if you're not going to get the wheels going on the ground.
You're right. It's been a struggle for KJ so far. He hasn't been able to string any passes together. Been dealing with a lot of pressure. So, yeah, the running game could, kind of open things up, bail him out a little bit. That's what they're going to turn to.
There you go, moving those chains.
That was a handoff to William Jones.
Over the right side for a short gain.
Short gain's going to be 2nd and 6.
Nolan Story with the stop. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 39.
Handoff to Jones. Up the middle. Good pickup. Should be enough for a first.
Ref certainly thinks so.
Good for a first
Move those
down.
chains.
Robinson with the stop. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
First and 10 from the 45. Ooh.
Oh, attaboy.
Sky Donald
No.
able to fall on top of it.
Chatham's pass.
And that's what you got to do at that point.
Little miscommunication over there. Wasn't able to bring in the handoff. So now Palomar's walking backwards. Lucky to fall on top of it, though, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
KJ's going to keep it. Looks
Good
for
catch.
Sky again. Great catch. Short gain, but great catch.
Chatham's pass complete to Sky Donald. A gain of 3, 3rd and 7 at the 48-yard line.
3rd and 7 coming up from our own 48. About 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter. KJ's looking to pass. It's going to the outside, incomplete.
He was all over him.
Moorpark's not happy about that. That was Dominic Garcia. That was covering Elijah Hudson, but it looks like he picked up the penalty.
Well, it was a good run by the Rancho Buena Vista sophomore. Put enough pressure on the defensive back to be all over him and pick up a first down however you want to pick it up. That's all right.
Get the chains moving, right?
That's right.
37-yard line.
KJ, quick throw.
Good.
Pass complete.
That was Woods bringing in the catch.
Trennis Woods with the reception. Manderson with the stop. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line.
2nd and 6. They're knocking on the door, sitting at the 33-yard line. Handoff. What a strong back. Jones is really strong running up the middle.
A tackler.
Excuse me, I think that was Christian Hall.
Pause with the stop.
Sure was.
Christian Hall, my apologies.
3rd and 2 from the 29.
3rd and 2 coming up.
Now, this could go either way right here.
Handoff to Christian Hall again. He's going to pick up that first, using every muscle in his body to get there. Fresh set of downs. Looked like Nolan Story from Moorpark that he came up with a fumble. He was ready to go to the house.
Really was.
Yeah, ref stopped that party pretty quick.
First and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Two and a half minutes left in the first. KJ takes a snap, looking to pass it. It's complete. Short gain before he's wrapped up. Jashawn Williams able to make the grab.
Garcia with the stop. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 25.
Looks like their offense is getting a little more settled, kind of stringing together getting some yards here, whether it's from penalties or, getting it the hard way, but it's looking better than the last drive.
With momentum, with wheels, with power, and more accurate passes, more importantly.
2nd down, snap is good. Handoff to Hall.
Ooh, nice move.
Excuse me, that was Malik Jones shaking and baking.
Nice gain. Skurlock with the stop.
2nd and 1. 3rd and 1, I'm sorry.
A gain of 9, 2nd and
9-yard pickup right there for Jones. I'm liking this little running back duo they have between Jones and Hall.
Yeah.
It's a nice little two-man punch.
It's good. A little bit of wheels and a little bit of power.
Yeah, they're both running really hard.
I like to see KJ taking himself right here.
He's going to hand it off.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a bad snap, but I think it might have been enough to move the chains here.
Yeah, that snap was a little high. Good thing KJ brought it down.
Short of the yard to gain.
Just short.
Story with attack.
Looks like Christian Hall is going to switch places with Jones. Palomar changes their mind. They were going to go for it on 4th and short.
It'll be 4th and 1. John
Well, this early in the game, I guess they'd rather just keep it tied, keep it close, as opposed to risk anything.
Right. It's going to be Jack Myers, the field goal attempt. Moorpark calls a timeout.
Oh, that's a flag on the play.
Oh.
Let's see.
Palomar's moving back.
Timeout, Comets.
Well, if there was any chance at a fake, I think it just went away.
Six seconds left in this first quarter. 3-0, Moorpark is up. Palomar's going to try to even it up on this next snap.
Took way too long for collegiate sports, or sports in general, to get these hydration breaks like that. I'm glad to see them going around.
Myers with the kick.
Snap is good. Field goal is up. No good.
Just right.
Just right.
Another flag on the play, though.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Palomar looks happy.
This is a new set of downs.
All right. KJ looks ready to take the field.
Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul on the Raiders.
So what was a field goal attempt turns into Palomar knocking on that goal line.
It's looking like it, right? Confused as to the setup here.
1 second. It looked like Palomar was ready to switch sides, but there's still 1 second left in the quarter. Fresh set of downs. First and goal.
Well, just because it's sports doesn't mean we don't have to cross our T's and check our I's. 1 second left. We got to drive to the left here.
Christian Hall lined up next to KJ. Hands it off to Hall. Hall up the middle. Good for a couple. Second and goal.
Christian Hall tries the left side for a short gain.
Palomar is going to finish the first quarter at the 6-yard line. Start the second. Second and goal.
Well, the tale of the tape so far has been just mistakes given up by both teams that are costing them. Right now, either team could arguably be at 0-0, and it looks like Palomar is going to make Moorpark pay just as it was given the other way for 3 points.
It's definitely, I'm sure it's definitely frustrating for the coaches, but I mean, first quarter of your season opener, hopefully it doesn't continue. Maybe they're just kind of getting their jitters out. You'd like to see that done through the preseason and scrimmages and all that, but here we are, right?
Yeah. I mean, up here from the stands, from the booth, this is just commentary. We get to watch it. Unfortunately for these players, they know when it comes to practice, they're going to have to try even harder because the coaches are picking up on every little bit here. This is what makes you stay a little bit extra after practice. This is what means that extra lap, those extra set of reps, that little bit of extra work because you didn't do that little bit to keep the game clean.
Wise man right there. I hope whoever's listening, I hope he wrote that down. Can't find that type of information anywhere else besides a Palomar stream. Let's go, Stream Team.
Let's go, Stream Team.
All right, KJ's out there. Second and goal. Looks like Christian Hall is going to be the running back.
Second and goal to go from the 6.
Second and goal from the 6. Sky in motion. Hand off to Hall. Down inside the 5. Looks like maybe the 2-yard line.
Brought down for a gain.
Pretty close. Yep, you're right. Faking everybody out.
Yeah. You blink for a second, you might miss it. Third and goal, they're lined up quick. Sky in motion.
Looks like the same play.
Yep. Hand off to Hall up the middle. He stopped short.
Hall tries the left side.
Do you like that same play again, or what do you think about that?
I like the same formation. I don't know about running the exact same replica of it.
Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. You got that penalty, fresh set of downs, first and goal, and here you are again, potentially going for the tie instead of the touchdown.
Now at 4th and 1,
Sorry,
right at the goal line, do you go for it? Do you go for 3? Now it's a different story, but you know what? This is the difference of why I'm not coach and why I'm just up here.
That's why he's a fan.
Yep.
Kick is up,
18-yard kick is up.
and that one is no good either.
Line right.
So it's deja vu for the Comets, just on the opposite side. And the game is going to remain 3-0 Moorpark.
It's going to be up to Palomar's sideline to keep their kicker's head up, because in a 3-0 game, they're going to need him again, chances are. You don't want him having those missed kick blues getting in his head.
Definitely. Only blues we want to see is that Tar Heel blue on those helmets of Moorpark, but that's about it.
I really am a fan of that Tar Heel blue.
Yep, and that's about the only kudos we're going to give them, but it does look nice.
You're right. And it stops there. First and 10 coming up from Moorpark. We're going to start at their own 20. We have 13 minutes, 49 seconds left in this second quarter.
First and 10. Moorpark.
Run to the outside. Palomar's all over that. Stopped really early.
Hannah with the run.
It's Hannah with the run.
Connington with the tackle. A gain of 1. Correction, a loss of 1.
A loss of 1 on that, actually. So looking at 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 from the 19-yard line.
Empty on the left.
Ooh, incomplete pass. He had his guy there, but
Pass intended for DJ James.
wasn't able to bring it in. For a second, I thought Palomar had a chance at intercepting that. The way it was just kind of lofted in the air.
Yeah, it stayed up there a little bit longer.
Third and 11.
Third and 11 for Caden Parr and Moorpark. Snap is off. Caden throws it to a receiver who was not expecting it. Don't think he could have caught it. Palomar with the heavy pressure. Fourth down.
Pass intended for James.
Yeah, that would have definitely been an eligible receiver.
Johnson deflected the pass. It'll be 4th and 11 from the 19. Franklin back to kick. Donald to receive.
All right, Sky Donald
Short
from just
punt.
down the block to take it back. Although he's not going to be able to
Palomar's going to have great field position. Their own 48. 3-0 game, 12:45 still in the second quarter. Let's see what Palomar can cook up.
Palomar to be first and 10.
Is this their opportunity to take advantage of this?
I'm feeling like it is. I feel pretty good. I think KJ and Hall are going to make something happen.
You got to be hungry after that last drive, right?
Penalty marker on
Definitely.
the
You don't want it
field.
to. You have that fresh set of downs, first and goal. You end up with a missed field goal. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. You definitely have to respond right now.
It's just brutal that way. You know, right? Like, you do all that work and then nothing to show for it.
But that's why you love the game, right, Camilo?
That's why you do it.
Personal foul, Comets. That'll be a 15-yard step
Palomar's
off.
going to give away some of their field position. Personal foul. Going back 15. That's just immature,
There's no other word for it, Shariah.
right?
Foolishness.
Hate to say it, but sometimes you gotta be honest. That was immature.
First and 10, Comets from their own 32.
Now we're at our own 32, first and 10, rather than our own. Where were we at the 45? Somewhere around there. 49, 48.
Right near the 50.
Hand off to the inside. Jones is going to take it up a couple yards. Short gain
Jones
of 2.
tries the left side for a short gain. Rosario and Story with the stop. Gain of 2, second and 8 from the 34.
Second and 8 coming up. Looks like that's Christian. No, excuse me, that's Jones still in. Hand off to Jones. Swarmed by 4 Moorpark players, but not before he picks up another couple yards.
Tries the right side. A gain of 3.
Third and 5 coming up. I
Oz
think
with
it's
the
pretty
tackle.
important for Palomar to
Third
pick up this
and
first down
5
right
at
now.
the
You definitely don't
37.
want to punt on this drive.
No, you do not.
That's Riggs lined up next to KJ. KJ's going to keep it. Moving around. He's going to run.
Oh, good move.
Oof. Hit pretty hard, but he's going to pick up the first down.
That's all right. He was ready for that.
I haven't seen one quarterback slide yet, but I've seen them both run.
Takes Chatham out of bounds, but not before.
Both running, both ready to take a hit.
Yeah.
First down.
Big first down for Palomar.
First and 10 from the 47-yard line.
Palomar's at their 47-yard line. Fresh set of downs, first and 10.
Well, KJ showed him some leadership material right here by bringing back those yards they just lost on that kind of foolish penalty.
The hard way at
Yeah.
that. Handoff. Ooh,
Nice
move. Got a
And
flag on the play.
Let's hope that's not coming back.
Riggs Torres with a beautiful gain up the middle.
That was a beautiful run by Riggs. I think that was his first touch on the ball today. Outside to Quincy Haran.
And this is more like what we were seeing in the last drive.
Complete. Quincy
You're
Heron
right.
with
Seems like they
the-
haven't really skipped a beat. Now
with
they
the
just need to
reception.
end this drive with some points.
Gain of 6.
It was a
Second
good pickup of
and
6
4
yards.
at the 19.
Second and 4. Got a little bit of red zone action. They're going to hand it off to Riggs. Going outside. That stiff arm had potential to be
Torres
mean, but
tries the right side.
short pickup.
Just ran out of space, unfortunately.
That sideline was
Manderson with the
Moorpark's
tackle.
best friend right there.
A gain of 2.
Third and 2.
and 2 from the 17.
And Riggs is still on there. He's kind of been like the third weapon X.
Yeah.
We've seen that double duo with the running backs, but now he's kind of stepped in right now.
It's like the Joker box. Like, I wonder who else is going to come out and play running back.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Oh, KJ keeps it. Quick toss to Tate Reed.
KJ Chatham to Tate Reed for
He's gonna get that first down.
First down, Comets.
First and 10 from the 12.
Yeah, you still have a little opportunity at another first down.
First and 10, Comets. Raiders, 12-yard line.
KJ looking to pass. Finds Riggs. Excuse me, Tate. Tate's going to be forced out. Not before a couple-yard pickup.
Reception from KJ Chatham.
Palomar's going to move their way to the 6.
Gain is 6 yards. 2nd and 4, and the ball is on the 6.
I want to sign the ball.
No, they don't give us the chances, unfortunately, Shariah.
Sometimes you have to make the chance yourself. Keep your eye on that ball. I'm going to find my way to it. All right, Jack's going to attempt that extra point. Missed the field goal earlier.
And Myers.
A good opportunity for him to get his head back. And it's good. Palomar is on top, 7-3. 8 minutes, 11 seconds left in the second quarter.
Well, that was a good redemption drive on the Raiders.
It was a little scary for a second when they got that penalty in the beginning to walk backwards 15 yards, but when you finish with the touchdown, I'm willing to let it go.
Come the end of the game, we might be looking back at this drive.
You're right. It was a very positive drive for Palomar. They played really confident, really fluid. KJ's making it happen. Riggs stepped up in that drive. Sky, Donald with a couple grabs. Quincy with the touchdown. It seemed like everybody was just involved.
Yeah, I like that. It was a full team effort. Everybody got involved. Everybody was putting in the work. That's how you redeem yourself to the coaches. And you say, you know what? We let you down on the last one. We got you this time.
That's how you see the field the next drive, right?
That's right.
Myers kicking off.
All right, Myers is going to kick off for Palomar.
Kelly and Raoud back.
Solid kick. It's going to be a touchback.
Touchback.
All right, Moorpark's going to hit the field starting at their own 25. They got some work to do. Now they're playing from behind. They're down 7-3, one possession game. Nothing too crazy.
The ball out to the 25-yard line. First and 10, Raiders.
It's going to be another quarterback for Moorpark. This time it's Brody Meyer hitting the field. Redshirt freshman. Quick pass out to his guy. Oh, hurdles! Wow! Ryan Johnson was feeling brave.
Ryan Johnson, 3 hurdles.
Feeling brave, feeling athletic, and he was feeling like pumping up his team because he definitely was pumping me up from over here. That was a great play.
Somebody needs to get that guy a clip of that. That's going to be on his Instagram page by 9 p.m. tonight.
Raiders at their own 42-yard line.
First and 10. Fresh set of downs, thanks to Ryan Johnson. Brody again with a quick pass. That one's to Conley.
Bubble screen to Conley
Moscott.
Just short of the first, but they're moving. And
yeah, those were 2 quick passes for a good gain. And this is the first we're seeing of this quarterback. But I like what I'm seeing so far. Brody Meyer.
A gain of 8.
Redshirt freshman, so I'm sure that, redshirt season, you have a year to learn what's going on, and you're stepping onto the field with a little bit more experience. Looking to pass it. Finds his guy quick. DJ James. Nice pickup.
Myers pass is complete.
No, these are just some quick daggers coming through.
Yeah. Making their way to the 36 just like that.
Green with the stop.
We're not even done celebrating Palomar's touchdown.
It was good
And
for a
next thing
first
you know,
down.
here we are.
Raiders.
Yeah, our sideline's looking a little quiet, our fans. I like this quarterback. I mean,
First and 10 Moorpark.
Caden Parr for
from the
Moorpark, he's
36-yard
been playing
line
pretty
of the
good too.
Comets.
But I like what I'm seeing from Brody.
Yeah.
Playing with a lot of confidence. Oh, first incomplete pass there. Maybe I'm jinxing the guy. That was Ryan
intended
Yanoki
for
who he was targeting, but
Yanokian.
pass was behind him.
Tip
Well,
at the
correct me if I'm
line.
wrong, but I think there was a little hand on that ball right there. Might have been from
Tip by the
Casillas
third at the
or
line.
Freda.
Incomplete. Second and 10.
But yeah, first incomplete pass. Prior to that, he was 3 for 3.
He's gunning it too. All right, 2nd and 10. Brody with the hard count, trying to make somebody jump. Gonna switch it up here. Snap is off. Quick pass again, and incomplete. I think he should have brought that one
Pass
in, but it
intended for
looked like it
Moscow.
bounced off of
Incomplete.
Conley's chest and incomplete.
Those pads are great for
Dixon
protection.
on the defense.
They're not the best to catch
Third
with.
and 10 from the 36.
No grip on those.
Okay, this third down feels pretty big compared to previous drives, right? 3rd and 10, the way they were starting off.
Yeah, this has got some significance here.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. Let's see what they can do. Brody's back. Palomar's bringing the pressure. Brody's moving around. He just has to throw it away. Ooh. Tucker Murphy tried to pick that off.
Myers pass.
Wasn't able to do it, but nonetheless, 4th down coming up from Moorpark.
And Moorpark considering going for it right here.
You know, maybe they don't, that's not sure how much of a leg their kickers got, but
Switching to the quarterbacks again.
if you don't pick up the first down, I mean, I don't know. The way this game's going, I feel like that's not the worst field position for Palomar to have the ball.
The Raiders are going for it.
I could still see more part stop to their drive. So let's see what happens. Flag on the play. That's Luke
Penalty flag on the field.
Rasmussen that they have in at quarterback. They're playing with 3
Delay
quarterbacks.
of game. Moorpark.
Picked up a delay of game.
5-yard step off.
Let's see if they still go for it. Oh no, they're sending out the punt team, I believe.
Maybe it's one of those intentional delay of games.
Yeah, trying to get somebody to jump.
A little breathing room right here to give yourself an easier punt
Yeah.
per se.
It'll be 4th and 14. The ball at the 41.
Sky Donald's back to receive the punt if he gets the opportunity.
Franklin in punt formation. He goes for the corner and it's out of bounds.
Sailing out of bounds.
Kick.
There's still plenty of time on the clock here for Palomar to put up some more points.
Yeah, 6 minutes, 18 seconds. That's about movie length in football terms.
First and 10, Palomar from their own 25-yard line.
All right, we got Christian Hall in the backfield. Lined up next to KJ. From our own 25.
Oh.
Pass is incomplete, nearly picked off. Honestly, though, I think he stepped out prior to that anyway, so I'm not sure if he would have. If Dominic Garcia would have been
Kind of
credited with
fast.
the interception. Even if he
Intended for
didn't
Aiden
catch it.
Phillips. Incomplete.
I don't think he would have either. You should have seen Coach earlier.
Garcia with the defense.
I was going to step over
Second
there
and
onto the
10.
field.
Coach Early, he used to play for Palomar. He's probably, I'm sure that has to be in the back of his head. Hey, I think I might have some eligibility still. Put the pads on. New stadium. 2nd and 10. Here we go. High snap. KJ brings it down, hands it off. Short gain for Riggs and Palomar.
Brother Torres tries the right side. Bodies
So
flying
Palomar's
everywhere.
running 3 running backs. Moorpark's playing with
Gain of
3
3.
quarterbacks.
3rd and
It's probably nice to
7.
be. Usually a 3rd string
Sherlock
doesn't
with
get
the
any
stop.
action, but 3rd string on these teams, never say never.
Ball
That's
at the
right.
28-yard line.
Hey, the more versatility you give yourself, the better.
Third down. KJ with the snap. Scrambling. Nearly sacked. Gets it out. Woo-wee. Damian Hernandez with the grab.
Got him scrambled.
Made
That
something
makes the
out of
pass
nothing
complete
right
to
there.
Phillips.
Excuse me, that was Aiden Phillips.
Down.
Damian Hernandez,
Comets.
he's Moorpark. That was a
First
great
and 10.
play.
The ball for 49.
1st and 10 from the 49. Another pass. Oh, Sky Donald's hit hard, but at least he's able to hang on to the ball.
Donald catches the pass on the flat. Skolak with a perfect form tackle. A gain of 2. 2nd and 8 from the 49.
2nd and 8 following that 2-yard pickup.
Get another running back coming in here now.
We do. Gavin. Fourth quarterback. Fourth running back. KJ's going to keep it. Quick pass to Gavin, but it falls incomplete. We got a flag. Got to protect the quarterback.
Pass intended for Gavin Belzote.
Moorpark
Incomplete.
got a little
There's a penalty
excited, right?
marker on
Looking
the
their
field.
drop, seeing KJ there.
That's right.
You got to pump the brakes.
Personal foul. Raiders roughing the passer.
Oh,
That's a
yeah. KJ knew it as soon as he hit the
15-yard
ground.
mark-off.
You got to sell it, though. You got to put your hands out and act flustered, right, as a quarterback?
Yeah, there's a little bit of soccer involved in this.
Exactly.
First
He
down,
didn't see the flag
Comets.
right away. He might have did a couple rolls, and then you
From
get
the
it.
34-yard line,
And
the
see.
Raiders.
All right, so 1st and 10 from the 35. Hands it off. Good pickup. He's hit hard. Gavin got his first touch on the ball.
Gazzotti
Got
with a nice
incomplete pass
aim on the
finally
right
gets his hands on
side.
it. Second and 6.
Sawyer
Sorry, tackle.
A gain
Gain
of
of
4.
4.
Second and 6 from the 30.
KJ, quick pass to Gavin, and again it's incomplete. I don't know what it is, but those two aren't seeing eye
Pass
to eye. That's the
intended
second time
For Gavin
same
Gazzotti,
drive,
incomplete.
that same thing happened. Right away, KJ runs over to his coach.
But I think you're spot on right there. It might just have to be a little bit of like, you know what, we haven't had enough practice together.
Right.
Because KJ's had some spot on passes already
3rd and 6.
to this game. And that one was just like, what? That's
What's
not
going on?
That's
Yeah.
not like him.
Right. Looks like Gavin and Riggs are going to swap spots. Third and 6. KJ running away from some pressure. Gets a pass off. Woods was almost able to make that catch, but it falls
Pass
incomplete.
intended for
Fourth
Tennessee
down coming
Woods.
up.
Incomplete.
Wow.
Lemons with the stop. Fourth
As
and
incredible as
6
that
from the
catch would have
30.
been, Morales was wide open in the end zone.
Instead, we're going to look at Jack Myers' attempt a field goal. He missed earlier today.
Myers
Was
did
able
for
to
a
get
kick.
his extra point. We'll see what happens right now.
47 yards.
Kick is up. And he
The
makes
kick is
it.
out. And the kick is
Fired
good.
up. I needed that one, right?
Absolutely. 47 yarders, no joking.
Yeah.
With 3:32
Palomar's
left
now
in the half.
up 10-3. 3 minutes, 32 seconds left in the second quarter.
Comets 10. Raiders
Both
3.
teams sitting on 2 timeouts.
So time management for Moorpark here is going to be really interesting. We'll see how the first couple of plays go for them.
Right.
Because after that, if not, they're going to want at least to hold on to it past the 2-minute warning.
Yep. With the 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning,
Myers kicking off.
set to kick off.
Kelly
Kelly
Ross
Ross
back for the Raiders.
Good kick. Moorpark's going to let it go for a touchback.
Touchback.
That was booming.
Ball will be placed at the 25-yard line.
So Moorpark will take over the 25-yard line. 3 minutes, 32 seconds left, 2 timeouts. 10-3 game. Let's see if they can get a touchdown. I'm honestly more interested in seeing every drive which quarterback comes out. Right now it looks like Brody Meyer.
Yeah, after that quick slice and dice that he put up, why not? Let's try it again.
Keeps it. Oh. Almost made the circus catch, Ryan Johnson. But it falls incomplete.
Myers pass for Johnson. Incomplete. Latua with the defense. Second and 10.
Second and 10, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Still sitting at their 25. Handing it off this time. Damian Hernandez with the solid run.
Damian Hernandez tries the right side for a gain.
Pick up a
Hassan with the stop.
3rd and 4.
A gain of 6. Third and 4 from 31.
Left in the second quarter.
So this is almost mandatory first down for them.
Ooh, I saw that offside. Free play, right?
Yep.
Ooh,
Man.
falls incomplete.
Pass
chucked it up
intended for
for
Jacob Stewart.
knowing he had a free play.
Incomplete.
Soraya, I might have just jinxed that.
I think you've done that before.
Different sport.
Penalty
slowly.
marker on the
Same,
field.
you never change.
Defensive offside. It's a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. Fresh set of downs from Moorpark. 1st and 10.
It's a first down Raiders. First and 10. The ball to 36.
Ryan Johnson in motion. Handoff. He's met right away by a Palomar wall.
Hernandez tries the right side.
That's a
He's
big red
gathered
ball.
up quickly
That's Jacob Sisson, one of the defensive
by
leaders,
Hassan and Arteaga.
playing out
A
of
loss of
Carlsbad.
2. Second and 12 from the 34.
So Moorpark's going to go backwards, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left in this second quarter. Last play probably before the 2-minute warning. Snap is off. Brody's got some pressure, throws it, looking for Ryan Johnson.
Oh, my.
Nearly intercepted, but instead Palomar was settled for
Pass
complete.
intended for Johnson.
You got to hold on to that right there.
Yeah, I
So
thought James
solid,
Conlon
nice
was going to come down
defense.
with that one.
I thought so, too.
Nonetheless, though, he put his strap
3rd and 12.
after that play. I like when they do that. Put the little seatbelt.
Yeah. It's kind of almost like a lock-on
Yeah,
type of thing.
little emote right there. 3rd down coming up. 2-minute warning.
So 2-minute warning for the first
10-3
half.
game. First half is almost over. What do you think so far, Camilo?
Well, just a game of a lot of errors, right? Kind of like, where could this really be? But well, the scoreboard says it, right? Palomar's been able to take advantage of more than Moorpark so far.
Right.
I'm with you. I like what we were seeing out of this 3rd quarterback from Moorpark.
Me too, yeah, bro.
Yeah, coming out quick, slicing and dicing,
Yeah.
and just attacking Palomar.
A lot of confidence.
Yeah. Maybe we see more of him in the second half. I'm kind of hoping we do.
I think you have to play him, right? It seems like they checked out. Rasmussen has had a couple plays that didn't really go well. I don't even know if he's got any positive yardage, unfortunately. Caden Parr, he's been playing pretty well, plays aggressive. You saw him running out there, willing to use his feet. But I really like what I'm seeing from Brody Meyer. He seems comfortable in the pocket, even if it's a stressful situation. Not afraid to use his feet, and can also make a nice, confident pass.
Exactly. And it just might be a tale of matchups here. We seem to be rushing a lot, so he seems to have those quick feet, able to get out of situations.
The 2-minute timeout is
He's
complete.
not in the pocket, like you said.
Back from 2
Let's
minute
go, fans. Let's go.
Big 3rd down right here. Otherwise, Palomar with 2 timeouts could have a good situation in their hands.
Snap is off. Palomar's all over big guy.
Sack.
Huge.
Brooks drops the quarterback for a deep loss. Myers brought down.
Palomar's going to go with the clock run in this situation. And it looks like they took a timeout.
Timeout, Comets.
They'll get the ball.
Franklin in punt formation for the Raiders.
Sky Donnell
Sky
set
Donnell
to
back to the
receive
kick.
the punt for Palomar.
And here we
He's
go.
going to take it. Makes a couple miss. It's going to be brought down just shy of the
Sky
40.
with a solid return.
Minute 25 left. Palomar's got 1 timeout. 10-3 game.
Malik Jones at the bottom of the pile.
So you were just asking me what I thought about the game so far, Shariah, and I
Hall
think
for the
this
sit.
is a good chance to change my mind. Palomar has a good opportunity to
14-yard
take matters
return
into
for
their own
Donnell.
hands and
It'll
put
be
some
first
points
and
on the board.
10. Comments from their
Take a commanding 2-score lead,
41-yard
right?
line
Instead
for
of
the
just that
Raiders.
little touchdown. In a game like this where it feels like it can, up until this point, it could go either way with all the penalties we've seen.
Exactly.
KJ set to receive the snap. He's going to keep it. Pass outside to Tate Reed.
Clock running.
Counter
Clock's
pass
still going
complete
to
Reed.
run. Like you said, it failed to get out of bounds before. being brought down.
Gain of 5.
5-yard pickup.
Second and 5 at the 36.
Second and 5. Clock's still ticking. We're at a minute 5 now. Handoff. Just whistled dead. We got a false start, it looks like. The good news, I guess, on that is the clock stops, right?
I guess so, but it's kind of like an undoing.
Comets.
Yeah, coach doesn't